Hello, Bookworms Ocean Explorers! Today we're going to learn about starfish. You can see the top of them are bumpy, and underneath they have some crevices, which we will learn all about in our first book called Sea Stars. This was written by Jody Sullivan and Gail Saunders Smith. What are sea stars? Sea stars are sea animals. They have rough, bumpy skin. Large sea stars are about the size of a bicycle wheel. Small sea stars are about the size of a quarter. Sea stars have tiny feet shaped like tubes. Many strong feet cover the bottom of each ray. What sea stars do? Sea stars move slowly. They grip coral reefs and they rock rocks with their feet. Sea stars sometimes lose their rays. They grow new rays. So my friends, each of these on the sea star is a ray. And on the back of the sea star in the crevice, those are all of its tiny feet. A sea star can have one of its rays get bitten off by a predator and still be just fine because it can grow that ray right back. Sea stars eat plants and animals. Sea stars open clams with their feet. Sea stars push their stomachs into clam shells. Then they eat the clams. So you see, my friends, the sea star's stomach comes out of its body and goes inside the clam to get what it wants to eat. Under the sea. Sea stars can be many different colors. Sea stars live under the sea. The second book I have for you today is called Star of the Sea, A Day in the Life of a Starfish. This was written by Janet Huffman and illustrated by Joan Paley. Stars blink in the night sky above the rocky coast. Beneath the crashing waves, another kind of star clings to the rocks with hundreds of sticky tube feet. She is an ochre sea star, the common starfish of the Pacific coast. As the high tide rushes in, Sea Star crawls onto the shore to hunt. Water flows into an opening in her top, and she pumps the water into her feet, making them work on the now flooded land. She inches slowly along, twisting her flat body like a pretzel. Her mouth is on her underside, and she doesn't have a head or tail end. Tiny red eye spots at the tips of her rays tell her light from dark. She leads first with one ray, then another, heading for the mussels growing halfway up the shore. All around her, the shore has come to life under the refreshing tide waters. Sea snails wander over the rocks and graze on algae. Sea anemones open like flowers. Crabs scoot out from cracks between the rocks. Sea Star tries to grab a limpet for a snack, but the limpet quickly covers its shell with its slippery mantle. Sea Star can't get a grip. Like a circus acrobat, she folds over two of her rays and grips the rocky shore with her sticky feet. She somersaults, landing right side up. The fish doesn't like her tough, spiny top and swims away. Soon, the mussel shells open just a crack. That's enough. Seahorse extends her stomach right out of her mouth and into the tiny crack. Slowly, her stomach turns the mussel's soft body to liquid right inside the shells. When Sea Star is done eating, she pulls her stomach back in. Only the shells of the mussel are left. All night long, Sea Star feasts on mussels. When the tide starts to flow back to the sea in the morning, she is still eating. She finishes the last of her mussel, then heads down the shore toward the sea and home. But she waited too long. The edge of the tide soon passes her by, leaving her uncovered on the shore. Without water, her tube feet will not work for long. As she feels for a crack where she can hide and stay moist, her keen eyes spot her from above. A seagull swoops down and snatches her. The hungry bird lifts Sea Star high into the sky by one ray, gripping her tighter and tighter until, jump, the bird bites right through her ray. Sea Star drops onto the seashore, startled but alive. The seagull is left holding only a ray. Quickly, Sea Star slides into a moist crack between two rocks. She is safe. In the afternoon, when the waters of high tide flow onto the shore once again, Sea Star completes her return home. At the ocean's edge, she crawls under some seaweed to rest. With time, Sea Star's lost ray will grow back. But for now, she will continue to hunt with 4 rays to the rhythm of the tides. And that is the end of that book. So now, my friends, it's time for us to put some starfish onto our ocean map. And we know that the starfish also like to live in the sunlight area. I'm going to put them right here. Oops, I dropped the orange one. There we go. You can add your sea stars to your ocean map too. Okay, goodbye, ocean explorers.